Welcome to the extensions module, right? This is all about how to give your ads some character and start really taking advantage of the ad extensions in order to increase your quality score and give you additional information out there, right? And there's one really, really valuable prospect I'm going to share with you at the end of the module that's really going to blow your mind as to what is one of the most valuable pieces of these things, right? At the end of the campaigns, as we're setting them up, as we've already gone down through and we've got our locations set in here, we've got our languages, we've got our bidding and budgeting and controlling, how much, how fast, and how often, then we make it down to the ad extensions portion, right? This is something that they've made it so you can actually create it in line now. So that's why we're covering it here rather than jumping right into writing, your ad text, because to be quite honest with you, I would go back and review this video after you've gone through the WIFM section as well, because a lot of the same processes and mindsets and methods that we use within WIFM, you're going to want to apply back to the site links in order to really make sure that your message, your headlines, and the call outs and the promo statements that you're making within these site links and ad extensions in general, that they actually follow those same rules, right? That they're going to give the user what they're looking for, that they're going to make an impact and really hook them in and provide value rather than just being something that, was something you spent some time on, right? So the first one that we're going to cover is the Sitelink extensions. Now the site links, you can set them up. They're really, really simple. They follow a simple format of, 25 characters as the headline. Then they have 2 description lines that are 35 characters apiece. And then a final URL where if you click on the site link, that's the page the site link is going to deliver to you, right? You can put in up to 10 of them in here, but I would recommend anywhere from 4 to 6 because that's the maximum amount that are going to show at any one time. Now, additionally, you also have some higher level settings that you can make sure to control when and where they're showing up as well. So you can select for them to be on mobile. You can select an ad schedule for them, even a start and end date. But ideally, these are going to be sub pages or additional products that you're going to want to spotlight in here, right? For instance, collateral growth might want to, put one in for our consultation, right? And we might want to do our portfolio. Contact. And then get in touch, free ad audit. See what you're missing. Okay. And then you put your final URL in there, collateral growth. .com/contact, right? And then hit save. It's going to put those in there. Now, like I said, you can put up to 10 in there. Once you have them already input, then they're going to look like this, where you have your acceptable ones, or your available site links, I should say. And then on the right-hand side is going to be the ones you've selected. So if we select that, and we see it's going to be automatically transferred over to the right-hand side, and that's how you're going to input the site links from the campaign creation part. Right, then you have the call out extensions. Call out extensions are very, very similar there, but they're going to be one line, right, of 25 characters. So much like the headlines of all your site links, the call out extensions are meant to be much more, poignant, fast statements that either have a value prop or, advertising something, promotional, like, hey, don't miss the Sunday sale, right? Take advantage of free shipping. Free shipping, all orders, right? It's something to call out a particular value point or prop, sale through Sunday, right? It's something to highlight either a particular product special or either a value prop around your particular product or service that you're trying to advertise out there. And just like within the site links, once you input them, you'll have them in here where you can actually create them across the entire account, put them at an ad group level, put it at a campaign level, and all you got to do is just select which ones you want to go, and they'll go over to the right-hand side. Remember that all the available ones are going to be on the left-hand side. Any selected ones that are going, whenever you hit save, that are going to go into the campaign are going to be here on the right-hand side. The call extension, it's about one of the simplest to do. Really, all you just put your phone number in here, right? I think we've already covered this in a couple different modules as well. 888-2405, whatever, 2441. Now, again, each one of these campaigns, you can set an ad schedule, you can set a start and end date, and depending on what action it is or depending on what it is within the account, right, you can actually set the conversion as well. For call extensions, you can set the conversion, like calls from ads, right? And that's going to be what you're going to want to input, whatever your original conversion was that we set up at the beginning whenever we started putting all this stuff together. For your call only ads, that's the one you're going to want to track back to and not use the account one that's already going to be defaulted in there. And you hit save, right? It makes that number available. All you got to do is it will click over to the right-hand side. The next extension that we have is the structured snippet. The structured snippet are kind of like call out extensions. They're 25 characters apiece. Right? But you can see select the header type. They have a little bit different where, you can do brands, Nest, Nexus Chromebook, courses, creative writing, data structures, linear arbitrage, or algebra, sorry. Featured hotels, right? Luxury Inn, things like that. They're going to be kind of more specific. Insurance coverage gives, you're trying to basically put in the value of what it is. Now, they don't have a specific URL that's going to be in there. If they click on one of these, it's just going to take them to the homepage that's selected within the actual URL of the ad that they're linked up to. Now, the next one that you have is the app extension. This one you have to have an app defined, so it's really simple actually to put in, but you have to actually locate your app within, the App Store. Now, we'll just do an example one. You have some linked text, which is kind of like a call out point, a call to action, your advanced portion of it as well. You can exclude it from tablets if you would like. Same thing with this as well, with the left versus the right. If it's in the left, it's enabled, or if it's in the left, it's available. If it's in the right, it's enabled. Your message extension, they're basically going to put in like messages and extensions that you're going to send to the customer, okay, if they opt in. And, their email forwarding or phone number, either one, and it's going to send it out with this particular number with whatever they opt in with. And it's going to be, these messages as they go, auto reply text, thanks for contacting us. We'll get back to you shortly. I'd like to know more. Please text me back. You can adjust these to whatever going to be your particular call to actions and how they're going to relate to your business. Same thing with the advanced extensions as well, where you can start and stop date. Some scenarios that you might want to consider is like if you have a particular lunch special versus, a dinner special. Same thing for if you have a summer special versus a winter special. All of these you can kind of vary in order to make sure that they're contacting the customer in the appropriate time. That's going to give them a most appropriate relevant message. So, and you can minimize these and put multiple ones on the ads. Each individual one is only going to increase your quality score. So put as many of them that are relevant, as long as they're not counteracting each other, right? Like if you're trying to get store visits, call only ads may not be the best thing, right? Or something to that effect. Things that are going to prompt more usage of the website, probably not going to be as good as using over a location extension. As far as, though, if you're only an e-commerce brand, you probably don't want to use a location extension, right? Now, the promotion extensions, these are more price oriented. Like if you have a particular summer sale up to 50% off on all camping gear was one I put in there. Again, to select it in there, you click it and it goes to the right. But if you want to just create one from scratch, then you can go in here. They have some occasions that are already in here. You can leave it blank or you can use one of theirs, right? You can select the currency. You can do a monetary discount, percentage discount, up to a discount or up to a certain percent. You throw that in there, $100. You just say, grills, outdoor gear, all right? Now again, there are 20 characters on these, so you want to be mindful of the particular ad extensions. And I've also given you a cheat sheet within the the last module as far as ads, or within the next module, that is going to break down all of these different dimensions and character links and put a little, give you a cheat sheet basically for each format. The promotion on orders over, or you can just do a promo code, or you can do none, right? And if you want to do a promo code, this is just something where you can help identify and track the particular promo for more performance aspects of it, or if you have a limited amount on your website that is going to access these, and you can kind of couple those together. Lateral.com. Save. And I got a new one, right? You put multiple ones in there as well. Price extensions are a really great tool for e-commerce advertisers. They just give you the ability to, even focus on your brand, events, locations, neighborhoods, different categories and aspects of, products, whether it be brand or a type of category for that. And it gives you the ability to do a nice little headline. There's 25 characters in here. All right. So let's say home and camping gear on sale. Excuse me. Let's say it's $50 and we only want to do, through Saturday. You can go down the advanced options and do a select date on that and get rid of it on the 15th, right? So it'll end on June 15th. And you put additional ones in here. You have to at least put 3 of them in here. So, this is definitely more for somebody that has e-commerce products or multiple selections as far as their offerings, whether they're a locksmith and they do, keying, door opening, installation, lock installation, safe cracking, whatever, right? You need to have at least 3 services to be able to utilize the price extensions. And then you have the final extension, which is location extension. This is more for brick and mortar stores, and you have to have a Google My Business page. So as most of you should have already done and made it through the 5 things you should do before ever paying for ads, you should all have your Google My Business page. And this is what you'll link into the location extension that'll actually display all your location and Google My Business information within an ad. Now, how these look, right? You have this is going to be the structured snippets, or they can be the call out extensions. This is going to be the call extension within the account. Then you have, these are some Sitelink examples, right? They have the full headline with the 35 characters within the descriptions. Then you also have a location extension here that they're showing, is how one of those would show up. So if you click on that and you click on the location extension, it actually takes you to the Google My Business page of, their relevant locations here. And here you have another location extension. You have some call out extensions with some brand names in them. You also have the available brands, which is, this is going to be a promo extension right here. On the sunglasses, we have some price extensions here to kind of show you as an example of those, is how they look, where you get, what the actual brand is from a price point value with a little description in there. So that kind of gives you an idea of how these actually show up. Now, again, I want to reiterate, extensions should be used in every single campaign that you create within AdWords. Extensions provide great resources for providing additional insight and deeper page depth information within your particular website, better point of contacts for call to actions, and your, with basically your phone number, and with the location extensions. You also have the ability to just interact at a greater rate with the message and call extensions with your customers, where they're not having to go through so many touch points in order to actually get a user on the phone. And the one thing that I don't know if you picked up or not, but look at what Nike is doing here within their particular ad. As we go back to the Sitelink extension, so they're taking up a lot of space up here, right? And ultimately, if your competitor isn't even in the same viewpoint or in the same landscape as your ad, you automatically have a competitive advantage, right? So the more that we can take up as far as the top positions, the more real estate we can take up, the better off we're going to be in making sure our competitors don't have the opportunity to make the sale we've worked so hard for. So that one little thing, that one value prop that I told you was more valuable, I think, than anything within, the increasing of the quality score, providing the additional touch points, is the simple fact that they take up more real estate. So you're going to push your potential competitors further down the page and make you more visible within your particular prospect or customer basis, which is always much more valuable in the long term. So as we move on next to the ad text and going into the WIFM, I definitely want to make sure and reinforce that, go back and check this lesson out after you've made it through the entire course, because going through and writing some of these ad extensions, you may have just gone through and just put like a price point or something, where after we go through the WIFM section, you can go back and make sure that, along with your ad text, your headlines, and your valuable description lines, you're utilizing these valuable ad extensions to bring in additional customer value props into the over focus of your clients, bringing additional information and bringing additional points of contact to make sure that whenever they interact or they see your ad, that they have every single possibility available in order to interact with you and expedite that process of you making that sale and acquiring that customer. So I'll see you in the next lesson as we dive into the WIFM. I'll see you in the next lesson. Let's